right, so buy a car. Here we go, riding around. Ah, no, let's not do this. Okay, let's not do that. You know, we're just all over the place. This isn't our personal racetrack.
Combination of excessive speed ultimately leads to a misunderstanding among the bikers.
Okay, excessive speed. Look, everyone's just all over the place. We're freaking out all these other riders. We're going 200 something, not paying attention, death wobbles, and we're gonna dump the bike and slide. Now, at 200, let's say kilometers per hour, how far do you think you're gonna slide? Pretty much too far. Too far. Hopefully you got gear, and even if you have good gear, hopefully it will withstand the abrasions that's happening. That dude is on the. Oh my gosh. The bikes are destroyed. Hopefully the people aren't. Now you notice how nobody's moving though. So right here, 197. But if you notice, you know, we're hauling ass going around everybody. So when we talk about, you know, what are the risk factors involved with all these things? What are the things that created the crash? And it's going to be too much speed. Now, can you react at this speed? Probably not. You know, not very quick. You can maybe switch, you know, lanes, but it's going to take you how many feet to switch a lane, right? At this speed, it's going to take you hundreds of feet to switch lanes. Well, if somebody pulls out right in front of you, you don't have hundreds of feet. That's why you should be going the appropriate speed limit, having a good plan, okay? Position for safety, right? So space cushions, escape routes, line of sight. That's what you're supposed to be paying attention to. So if we're just out here having a great time hauling ass and we're hoping the bike sticks together, you're not really focused on safety, especially if there's no communication. This is why you have a Bluetooth system, so you can communicate with the people around you, so there is no issues here. But you know, you wouldn't be going this fast anyways, okay? So we use Cardo Pack Talks with the DDFM crew, but let me tell you right now, having a Bluetooth system wouldn't have prevented this crash. It would have just hopefully helped to where it could have been a little bit, you know, more communication so that nobody would be crossing each other. I don't know, maybe it could have prevented. I don't know. It's just these guys are just acting really kind of all over the place. The guy switches lanes in front of this guy. He can't do anything. This is the moment he perceives he's going to react. He can't. There's no braking distance. So it doesn't matter if you're good at your fundamental skills. It doesn't matter if you're good at all these things. If you're going too fast, it's pretty much a wash. Now we're going to hit. Now, thankfully, he stayed up, but here's the problem. He's not going to stay up for long because those death wobbles. He's going to have way too much going back and forth. Can't control the bike. He's going to finally just dump the bike now. When you fall down, you know, you got your shoulder, elbows, head, hip, knees, ankle getting smashed under the bike. Have full gear, right? Have full gear. Being a smart rider, acquire and utilize personal protective equipment. Not very smart to get in the situation in the first place, but at least have gear so that something bad happens, right, Luke? You might be able to walk away from it. So both of them got demolished. Both of them got really messed up. He's still sliding. Okay, still sliding. Finally came to a rest. And nobody knows what happened. Look how far he slid. Okay, you see the dust way over there? We're talking hundreds of feet sliding across the ground for multiple seconds. And you're going to rip apart your clothes. Then now your skin's what's next. And then your flesh is next. And then maybe bone, but definitely your nerve ending. So have fun with that. Taking a shower. Have fun walking. All for what? So we can go 200 kilometers per hour? Come on, everybody. Come on. Let's not do that. All right, here we go. Wheel on 2. Here we go. Vanillane 1. Okay, so we're going. Remember intersections, roundabouts, all that stuff. Good job braking in a turn. But the thing is, he almost hit because his focus was trying to get that rev bomb out to them. Okay, so right here, what you need to be doing is just get yourself out of that situation. Go into a red stage. He did great. He saw the hazard coming up, so he planned his ride, located the hazard, and now he needs to adapt or navigate. And he just kept going. He did the rev bomb, so that's going to make him get closer and closer and closer, reducing his space cushion, reducing his total stopping distance, and he had to then swerve out of the way. So the rev bomb served zero purpose, right, class? It served zero purpose. So that is a wasted movement, absolutely wasted movement. So let's stop wasting movements and let's just get ourselves out of that situation. Let's swerve, right? So we're going to get up to here. So that's the moment he perceived and reacted. Okay, so perception, reaction, braking equals total stopping distance, but you can utilize that same basic formula for anything. So perception is the moment you perceive something, the moment you see something and you get that information transmitted to your brain. The moment you react, it could be anything. You can rev bomb, you can brake, you can swerve, you can pick your nose, you can, panic, whatever it is. You can do whatever. And then whatever that third portion is going to be, if it's going to be braking, so braking distance. If it's going to be swerving, swerving distance. If it's going to be rev bombing, how hard you're going to pull that throttle and clutch in. That's whatever it is equals something, right? So here's the thing. He's going to do the rev bomb version, which is not going to do anything for you in terms of safety. And what you should be doing is looking for your escape path. Okay, this person's in your way. Now, if you're going slow enough, you could probably stop within this total stopping distance. Let's just go ahead and get this up here. This is your total stopping distance. You might be able to stop in this time. You might. But then you possibly have hazards behind you. So the other option is looking for your escape path, which is going to be a swerve. So this right here is your swerving distance. Okay, so you need to perceive it, react with a swerve, or react with braking. And then you either have braking distance or swerving distance. And then all those together, it's either total stopping distance or total swerving distance. You need to do something. Those are the two red stage maneuvers you need to be doing. You can't be doing this, okay? This is not what I recommend. Because look, he almost hits him at the last second because he was just going straight. He was just going straight. And he's like, oh, I'm not going to make it. So then he had to actually do something to get himself out of the way. So just get yourself out of the way in the first place. Doesn't matter. All right. So we're going to be riding around right here. Same person.
The drivers are too relaxed, and it apparently seems that it's difficult for them to adjust to road traffic.
Okay, so drivers are too relaxed and can't adjust to road traffic. They cut in front of you. Good job on the braking. Non-issue. Let's move on. This happens all the time. Okay, you're going to... Oh, it happened again. We're in the blind spot. Nobody's paying attention. Let's just... There you go. Just get yourself out of there. Call it a day. Happens all the time. It sucks, but you know what? Look, motorcyclists just did it too. Motorcyclists just did it to you too. So is it a human problem or is it a car problem? It's a human problem. And the human problem is basically going to say, hey, there's too much information out here when we're driving. Our human bodies and brains and eyes and everything aren't designed to be going this speed. So it takes training. It's not natural. It takes training to go this speed and do it safely. And that's the whole point of the Smart Rider principles, is to seek out and recognize hazardous situations, to maintain your fundamental skills. Those are the two things that I think anything and everything you do in life you need to have. You need to be safe, you need to look for dangerous places, and then you need to know the skills to mitigate those things. Now, having proper personal protective equipment, acquire and utilize it, whatever, that could be for a car, it could be for motorcycles, whatever. And the rest of the stuff is just stuff I want to do. I want to rescue other people. I care about every life. Same thing with teaching and mentoring. I think that, keep all this knowledge to myself? No, I want to keep other people safe with this knowledge. So the thing is, lots of people don't get training. Yeah, this is in the UK or in Europe when you guys have M1, M2 and all these different, different tiered systems and you have all this training. Well, look, it still happens. This is not in America. This is not the United States, and we have the worst training available. I mean, this is going to happen. It's going to happen. So what are we doing as motorcyclists? Are we being safe? Are we doing the stuff we need to do? Do we have the training? If it's a no, if you don't, go take a class. Go practice. Practice. Train. Train like your life depends on it. Because all these other people in cars and other motorcyclists aren't doing it. They're not doing it. Car driver didn't do it. That guy cut off that guy. Now we got this motorcycle who's going to do this here. You know I love having my phone on the handlebars so I can see what turns are coming up utilizing my GPS. The best way I think you could do that is using the ROKFORM mount. I use it for my mountain bike, the little FTRs, and then also the big boy FTR that I ride. And guys, links in the description for a discount. Check it out. You're gonna like it, and I'll be seeing you around. Put my thinking cap on. All right, here we go. So we're riding through a neighborhood. The only real issues we have here is gonna be sides of the vehicles like this one or kids running out. I don't know what that was all about. So there's definitely some context. Now I'm going to teleport right up. Okay, that's not something I would want to do. All right. So you went out of your way.
Yeah, I'm threatening you.
Yeah, you went out of your way to do that. Okay, so now you got to watch out for Mustangs. They run over pedestrians all the time. You don't think they won't run you over? All right, so here's the thing. Let's just take a quick look at this. We're not going to spend too much time on this one. Let's just look at all these possible hazards. We have line of sight problems with these vehicles. We can see right here we have a USPS van right here. The side of the vehicle, that's going to let you know that there's going to be an intersection there. It's going to be a T intersection. The van's going to, or the USPS vehicle is going that way. Therefore, possible path of travel violation. If you can't see anything over here, they can't see you either. So they're going to make a judgment call based off of what they see. And if they don't see you, guess what? They're probably going to go. So once again, what we need to be doing is going into orange stage. We need to be prepped and ready for any type of hazardous situation that's popping up. And typically with intersections, because they're extremely deadly for motorcycle riders, just like corners, is that you're going to have a path of travel violation, a left turn, a left turner, or you're going to have somebody just going across like this Mustang. Or here's the thing, look at where you're at. Orient yourself to the situation. Ride within the conditions present. You're in a neighborhood. What time of day is it? Is it summertime? Is it spring break? Are there kids playing around? You see a basketball or a kickball or volleyball, soccer ball, anything rolling across the ground, a kid's going to chase it. Watch out for animals. Dogs might get loose. Pay attention. Ride within what you're supposed to be doing. Is it 25 in a neighborhood typically? Yeah, so do 25 because that is what you need to be doing in order to stay safe. So we see this right here. Boom. We got side of the vehicle. Now, what do we do in orange stage? We're covering that front brake. We're scanning constantly, looking for things, trying to find our escape routes, trying to locate hazards. Hopefully, we don't have to navigate it because we're planning a ride, position for safety. But we need to do what we need to do. And as soon as you see that vehicle rolling, the tires were rolling. Why are we trying to still gun it to show, hey, I'm going. You got a stop sign. I get to go. It doesn't matter when you T-bone them or you get T-boned. Stop trying to protect it. They won by default. Law of gross tonnage. So he did fine with the braking. End of story. Not an issue. He's in a Mustang. Looks like an older model. You're on a motorcycle. Who's having a better day? Right? All right, so through the eyes of this guy, we've already talked about this guy before.
Driver who still tries to change his lane in a risky manner.
Okay, he changed his lane in a risky manner. We saw it kind of ahead of time. Look how much room we had. We just had to punch mirrors. Idiot's mirror is perfectly fine. All right, so that's kind of dumb. So we're going to talk real briefly about this. We talk about patterns all the time. So right here, we're going through traffic. We're going 80 kilometers per hour, so maybe speed might be a factor here. Who knows? But we're going to be going through an intersection now. Remember, orange stage intersections, we should be prepped and ready for anything, especially path of travel. So this is pretty self-explanatory and common sense. So please don't make a lot of these mistakes that this guy's doing. Now, this person over in this lane right here is going to be switching over to our lane. And now what is the pattern that we typically see with stuff like that? Big long line, big open lane. Why would they want to switch? Why would people switch over? It's because that lane is open and they just want to go. Same reason why we do that in motorcycles and cars and stuff. So pattern solved. We should be in orange stage, prepped and ready. Looks like he's got his hand on the front brake or getting ready to do whatever he needs to do. So he knows what he's supposed to do. He just chooses to take it, so possibly ego with some of this stuff. And there it is. So he switched over. He has his blinker a little bit last second. Okay, we should be slowing down because that person's in the lane, right? Person's in the lane. We should slow down. But we're going to go ahead and evade it. And then we're going to go ahead and punch the mirror because I guess we can. I don't know. It's kind of dumb. But the reason why this person right here was switching lanes to go this way is because this person right here was going slow and they just decided to do this. Okay, that's typical. We saw the pattern. We should not be surprised by these things. We can be upset, but let's just move on with our day. But yeah, so look at the room we had. Look how much room we had. Non-issue. Yeah. And it's just that's the mentality. It's the mentality that I want to break. All right, here we go. We're going through here. Good open area. Watch out for deer or any animals and sides of the vehicles. Okay, if we have to zoom in, it wasn't that close. You know what I mean? Because we talk about the GoPro cameras. Like, well, it's a lot closer than it looks. But if we have to zoom in, it was pretty far then, right? All right, so we're going to get up through here, so we had to zoom in. So the vehicle merged. Now, why did he not see us? Well, you can't even see it. Okay? Right? Here we go. So we're this far away. It's a non-issue. Just roll off the throttle, slow down. Let the person in. Non-issue at this point. But we're going to go ahead and pass on a double yellow because we're impatient. And that's typically what I see. I see a lot of impatient riders, a lot of impatient people. Could have done it right now when it's broken. But nope, we had to do it then. We didn't want to slow down at all. And that's the problem. You guys need to be paying attention. You guys need to be just driving your motorcycle. Drive your motorcycle. You're not letting the motorcycle run you. You're on top of the motorcycle. You're in control of it. You ride a horse because the horse has a conscience and it's going to do what it wants to do. Most of the time, it's trained. The motorcycle is a machine. You're driving it. You're sitting on top of it. You're driving it. You're in control of it.
So one of the things that you need to do is understand the risks, okay? So being situationally aware, all those things about smart rider principles, it's fine and dandy, but you also need to understand that motorcycling is inherently dangerous. That way, you need to actually become a smart rider. You need to practice and do all those things, okay? There's a why you need to be a smart rider. And that's because riding a motorcycle is risky. It's a lot more risky than some other things, okay? So be very aware of that. Understand that since it is risky, that you're going to go ahead and get that training, you're going to get that gear, and you're going to be situationally aware.
Guys, if you like this kind of stuff, we do this every Tuesday and Thursday on this channel at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time live. So make sure you check that out. But if you want to check out some other things like this video right here or this video right here, please do so. It supports the channel. Click that like button, by the way. Check into class. Anyways, I'll be seeing you around.